I noticed that Kevin Samuels has had a lot of run-ins with nurses during his time here. And it's no secret here that I am a supporter of Kevin Samuels. Rest in peace to him. But I actually always find his interactions very interesting when I see these videos pop up in my timeline. Now, I don't know if it's because that I'm a nurse that I start to see these videos pop up in the timeline or whatever, but interesting nonetheless. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is CJ, aka the High Value Nurse, checking in once again back with another video. And today I have a question for the ladies. Ladies, would you potentially break up your family to chase your dream as a nurse? Would you leave your husband or significant other to potentially be a nurse and get into this crazy game that we call nursing? Well, today we're going to explore a video where one woman did just that. Let's take a deep dive into it. Let's go.
So for me myself, I'm a 35-year-old woman. I have three children, one of which is a 16-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 9-year-old. I've been married. I was married for 5 years. I've been divorced now for 6 years. And I've been kind of using that time to get myself together. Why are you making faces? Am I
I'm
talking?
doing the math. I'm doing the math. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm just doing the math. Go ahead.
Okay. So my first child is 16. I had him when I got pregnant.
So what do you want? What do you want?
I want to be in a relationship. I want to be in a marriage. I want to have equality, and it's very hard for me. Yes. Equality as far as a woman's voice being heard.
I always wonder when you get divorced and you have all those children, how hard it is to get back out into the field and to do this all over again. It would seem like if you spent the significant time, if you spent a significant amount of time with a person, trying to build a life together, trying to make things work, you try to do what's best. But I don't know. I don't know. Every situation is different. But I've always wondered what that would be like, what it's like for women, especially if you're a woman with one or more children. But let's get back to the video.
And I'm not trying to be overpowering, but I want to be respected and loved in the way when my voice is heard too. As a businesswoman, like I have to make decisions and do things that my voice has to be heard.
So who cares about you? You can be heard all day long in a business. That ain't that shit relationship.
So but what does she mean by being heard though? What do you want to be heard? Because I noticed that she said equality. When you talk about equality within a marriage, I mean, okay, I'm not married, but I've been in a relationship for a little bit. But so when you talk about equality, what are you actually looking for within this equality? Do you want to do all the things that uh, men do in a relationship? Do you really want it to be 100% equal? What do you mean when it comes to equality? Huh, I don't know.
This is another point too that I'm coming to understand.
I mean, were you in relationships where your voice wasn't heard?
Well, yes. Like,
No, I mean, you didn't have any say, or you didn't get your way. Those are two different things.
No, my voice was not heard. In my marriage, my voice was not heard. So that was, I was married to a man who was very wealthy.
Now I want you to pay attention to when she says wealthy. Okay, we're gonna revisit that again on what she defines as wealth. But she says her voice was not heard. Once again, what does that mean? Let's keep going.
And and he kind of wanted me to more so to just be at home mom and not have her ask questions. And
okay,
ladies, is that not the business anymore? Being a stay-at-home mom. I mean, I hear a lot of women talk, especially in these spaces like on YouTube, that being a stay-at-home mom, being a stay-at-home wife, it's just simply not the business anymore. And I want to know from the ladies that are nurses that are on this channel, the nurses who are not on this channel, if given an opportunity, and I know some of y'all got ballers and all that kind of stuff, but if given an opportunity, and if you could do it all over again, or if you could do it now, would you choose to stay at home and be a stay-at-home wife? There are so many videos where so many nurses that are female are leaving the bedside. So I'm curious, is being a is being a stay-at-home wife just not the business? Because Another thing that I'll hear is that, oh, well, the women from back in the day, they didn't have any other options. Women today are getting their own money, they're getting their own paper, they're getting it popping. So I don't know. Is it an obsolete way of thinking in 2023? Let's keep going.
Okay, so did you have to work?
I did not. I did not.
Okay, but did you start working after your divorce?
I think a lot of people get having to work with wanting to work confused a lot, because having to work means that if you don't go to work, your household falls apart. Wanting to work means that you just want to do it because you want to. So I just want to get that uh, clear, very clear, because I do think people really do mix up the two definitions. Like, oh, I don't have to work. I don't have to work. I choose to work. No, ma'am. A lot of times you do have to work, because if you don't work, the person that you're with cannot survive or you as a family cannot survive on his salary alone. So I just really want to get that clear when we say, well, what is having to work and what is not having to work in the whole realm of things.
That was kind of the thing, is I started working and pursuing my nursing in school.
Okay, so he was wealthy.
Correct.
She was married to a wealthy guy, but she wanted to pursue her nursing degree. Here's the thing when it comes to that, and I'm just going by where the video is currently at. Ladies, I understand that a lot of y'all have your own dreams, goals, and aspirations, and I get that. And if you are inspiring to become a nurse, I think you should go ahead and 100% do that. But I do want you to understand what you are getting into. If you are a woman who is with a man or female of wealth, because it's 2023, if you are with a partner of wealth, right? And you do choose to get into a field like this, I do want you to understand what you are getting into. You are getting into a lot of unnecessary. When I say unnecessary, I do mean unnecessary, because you are leaving you are leaving to do something that you don't really have to do. Therefore, it becomes unnecessary, but it may be a fulfilling thing to you. Okay, cool, whatever. But you're getting into unnecessary stress. Unnecessary stress. Unnecessary stress, potentially rude families, rude patients, potential physical, mental abuse, just all kind of unnecessary things. And that's not to say that this isn't a good field. I think it's a great field. But again, if you are not somebody that needs it and you are good, I don't understand it. It's probably less stressful fields and less stressful things that you can do or get into. But hey, I'm just me. So let's get back into it.
And instead of being happy with being married to a wealthy man who could provide for you, you wanted to go out to work like most women don't want to do.
And this is when I start to call cap on her story, because let's just face it. If a woman is with a wealthy man, the fact that she's coming into a stressful field like this one, I really think the chances are very slim. Not saying that it doesn't happen. I mean, she could really have a calling on her life, and this could be something that she truly loves to do. But most women are not going to leave a wealthy life, because that's what she is claiming. Most women are not going to leave a life of wealth to get into this. No, I don't believe so, but I could be wrong, and I do call cap on her story. But let's keep going.
I have a mind. Yes.
Most women don't want to have to work, and you were in a position where you didn't have to. Just being clear.
Correct.
Because every day women come on here and they don't want to work. So you had a husband that was wealthy, and you chose to, okay, well then you get nothing.
Now, Kevin says she gets nothing. Okay. See, when it comes to that, again, I don't think most women will be willing to leave a life of wealth to get into the nursing game. I feel like most, let me not say most, but I feel like a lot of people get into nursing out of a necessity. Yes, passion is something that is accounted for, but I feel like a lot of people get into it out of necessity, especially today. People are getting laid off with other types of jobs and everything like that. And nursing is a field that isn't going anywhere for a long time. So it would be smart of you to get in the game. And I feel like a lot of it is out of necessity. versus just leaving because it's something you want to do or you are bored. But again, I could be off on this, but Kev says she gets nothing. Okay, let's keep going.
Okay, so now moving forward,
You get nothing.
how do I get nothing? Why do I get nothing?
Because men don't want women like you.
I'm not, and I'm finding that very true because
They don't.
Fellas, do you agree? He just said that men don't want women like her, and she agreed. She agreed. Fellas, is she doing too much? Would you not like a woman like her? Let's continue.
They don't. Because if a man was wealthy and you were married to him,
Mhm.
did you file for divorce?
No, I did not. Initially I did, but then I waited, and then like a couple of years later, he eventually filed.
So
you filed for divorce, but then you said no, and you waited, and then what? What happened?
you initially filed. You were the initial plaintiff.
Correct.
Did you close that case? Or are you still the plaintiff on the divorce action?
No, I closed the case.
Why did he file for divorce?
I guess like after years of entanglements and what have you, he started to have an affair outside of the relationship.
So he divorced you because of what?
What do you mean?
You said he filed for divorce, so he was the plaintiff in the action. Well,
Now y'all know this woman is capping. She is capping. She's lying. I don't believe, because as you can see, she's trying to come up with something on the spot. So you get it. You file for divorce. You stop the divorce. Then 2 years later, he files for divorce because of some entanglements. Where's the accountability? See, I don't believe this story. I think it's deeper than what she's actually saying. Now, again, if you tell a man that, you know what, I want to divorce you, and then you take it off the table, where is that man mentally, knowing that his wife wanted to divorce him and didn't want to be with him anymore, especially if he's a man that is taking care of his woman, taking care of his wife, all that kind of stuff. But again, we don't know what really happened behind closed doors. This is just what she's presenting to us, and all we can do is assume at this point. But I do call cap in this situation. Let's continue.
what was the reason?
At this point, he had another pregnancy. Like it was messy.
So he divorced you because he had a mistress pregnant.
Correct. And
But this is also, you were working at this time.
at this time, I was attending school full time. Correct.
All right. So he wanted a
So that leads me to believe, did you only stay with him to finish nursing school because nursing school is hard as hell? And, you probably didn't want to pay your own bills during nursing school because you have a quote unquote wealthy husband. So did you only stay with him to get through school? And when you decided that school is over, you're going to be up out of here? And then he wouldn't go ahead and entanglement with somebody else? I don't know. But that sounds crazy to me. Let's go.
wife to stay at home and have his children.
Correct.
And you wanted a career.
Correct.
Well, then you shouldn't have married a wealthy man.
Yeah, I was young.
No, but see, you took advantage, you also took advantage of that wealth and that lifestyle.
I took advantage.
No, ma'am, you took advantage of the wealth and the lifestyle, meaning you enjoyed that.
Then
You
what-
didn't listen.
what-
I hear very well. You can pull that bullshit on somebody else. You can't pull it on me. When you were married to a wealthy man, meant you have a standard of living that you could not afford with your own skills. You could not afford the lifestyle you had. It came from him.
Do you know how many females I run into at work that would pay to be able to stay home? I mean, I guess pay, but that would love to be able to stay at home and not have to work and not have to deal with the things that they deal with. I mean, this is just what I hear. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Be careful what you're asking for because you just might get it.
The home, the car, the food, everything else, and you chose to go out to work where most women don't want to. And then so now you got it. You don't have the wealthy man. because you decided to leave and he decided to go have affairs and get somebody else pregnant. Well, you decided to leave too.
Correct.
And I guarantee you, he's probably better off with it. And you out working with 3 kids in a wrecked home.
In a
But
wrecked
here's-
home.
Yeah, you wrecked your own home. Home records. You wreck your home. You decided to go to school or go to school full time because the money you were making doesn't change the wealth. You didn't need to do it.
Back out here in these streets with 3 kids. And don't get me wrong, there are some very legit reasons that some women may choose to leave their situations as far as being in a marriage. Some people are abused, some people are, just go through horrible things. But from what I'm hearing and what I'm gathering in this video, just from what we see in this video, this probably isn't the case. But I don't know. Let's continue.
What you did, what you didn't need to do it. If he was wealthy, you didn't need to do it.
Okay, now.
If he was wealthy, you didn't need to do it. You may have wanted to do it. You didn't need to do it.
Okay,
True or false?
I hear what you're.
I'm asking no man, is that true or false? You said wealthy, meaning he didn't need you to work. He was paying. All right, so that was selfish. You wanted to do that. That's fine. That's fine, but you got what comes with it. So now you're out in the dating market with 3 kids, 16, 8, 9, and a woman who's a nurse, one of the least attractive professions out there.
Was those shots fired at the nursing? Yeah. Well, he says that it's one of the most least attractive fields when it comes to men. When it comes to men wanting to date women, I guess a lot of well-to-do men, high-value men, if you will, don't want to date nurses for several reasons he stated in the past. So 3 kids, what'd she say, 16, 9, and something else, single, nurse. I don't know, fellas, would you want to take this on? I want to hear from you on this particular point as well. Would you want to take this on? You're a fly nurse, you know what I'm saying? Or not even a nurse, fellas, or you doing out something fly out here. You got your paper together. You run across this lovely young lady. She tells you that, she's a nurse with 3 kids. She divorced her husband. Are you going to take that on? Let me know what you think in the comments about that. Let's continue.
I'm also a business owner.
One of the least attractive things, another one of the least attractive things that a woman can be. A nurse and a business owner, a mother of 3. You got 5 things that don't nobody want. Plus a divorce.
My God. Let's continue.
And how much was the man you were with? How much was he making annually? How wealthy was he?
He was great with investments.
Right. So how much annually?
At least I would say 80 to 100,000 a year.
It's not wealthy. Wealthy is
not at all. It's not wealthy at all. Nowhere near it. He's doing okay, especially for a family of 5. No, it's not wealthy at all. No, not at all. Well, let's continue. This is why I always tell y'all dudes, though, be very intentional with the moves that you make. If you decide you want a big family, you need to increase your skills to generate more income for yourself. But let's continue. This man was nowhere near wealthy. Now the nursing story starts to make a little bit more sense. So she came in the game lying. She knows 80,000 to 100,000 is not wealthy. She knew that. So yeah, now it's starting to make more sense. Let's get into it.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars. He was middle class. So what do you call wealth?
I consider wealth having investments, being able.
That's not wealth, man. Wealth, investments. You got a 401k. That's an investment. That doesn't make you wealthy.
Interesting.
It's not interesting. You got a goddamn Fidelity account. That doesn't make you wealthy. Wealthy is money that makes money on top of money. Wealthy people don't work. Did your man have a job?
Yes.
Okay.
At that time, yes.
Okay. But the bottom damn line is however you got to, man. You wanted to be a career woman. You got a career.
Correct.
And you got a business.
Correct.
You got no time, and 3 kids.
Correct.
You've got no time for a man.
And and truly that's why I'm here, because I don't have really that much time for a man, and I'm somewhat content with my life. I like
Until your children get old.
My thing is, if you're content with your life, then why are you here? Like, why did you make the call? Why did you call in to ask for advice on how to get a man if you're content with being a nurse and having 3 kids and, you know, working for the rest of your life? And that's cool if that's what you want. So I don't even understand, like, what was the purpose of the phone call? Is it just to argue? Because that's a waste of time on everybody's end. That's a true waste of time on everybody's end. But again, let's keep going.
Until your 8-year-old recognizes, I'm got to get out of here. And then in 10 years, you'll be how old?
Correct. In 10 years, I'll be 45.
Yeah. And then it gets real.
I can understand.
But you said you want to get married.
I would love, yes, of course I would love to get married.
But marriage is important, you know.
Exactly. And that's what about the mentality of pursuing your passion of who you are? And
men don't want to marry ma'am. Men don't want to marry feminists. Men don't want partners. They want wives. Like what your husband. Men don't want you. Men don't want women who move like.
Ladies, how do you feel about that statement? Fellas, do you agree with that statement? Let me know in the comments.
That's why marriage is on the drop. All this shit you're talking about, your passion, this has got you single.
Well, so be it.
Yeah, so die alone.
So I'll never die alone.
Oh yeah, die alone means you're not going to have a marriage. That means you got your kids and you got 3 sons.
Correct.
Hopefully they'll go off and have their own lives. They won't feel like they need to take care of their mother and feel guilty. I hope they hear my content and realize that the mother made her own choices. So she wants to be there. So, and you can be a nurse and a business owner and fulfilled and spirit, and that's cool, but you don't get a man of value, because men of value want women who are more traditional. You're a modern, more liberal woman. Fine. But that doesn't work in traditional relationships. And the kind of men that you will kind of be attracted. I mean, the kind of men who will be cool with that, you likely wouldn't be attracted.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin says the type of men that will be interested in her, she probably wouldn't want him anyway. I thought this was an interesting video. Again, I really think this lady is capping, and a lot of this, I think, is deeper than what she's actually presenting on the camera. But I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Ladies, would you break up your family? Did you have to break up your family in order to achieve your dream as a nurse? Any ladies watching that is thinking about leaving a man or woman to become a nurse and do their own thing and to feel fulfilled? Fellas, is this the type of woman that you would actually want to spend your life with after the story she has told and presented? I don't know, but please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss none of the content. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you adieu. Peace.